All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Woo, as you can see, we got some new equipment and everything, but welcome back to another episode of the Highlight Reel. So I'm gonna do this clap. You wanna do it with me?
All right, that's a bit.
All right. You gotta.
Are you ready?
All right, look. So I just, sauce it up, then I.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
So yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Highlight Reel. As you can see today, I have a guest. MK, go ahead and tell the people who you are.
All right. So my name's Michaela. I go by MK for probably almost most people that know me.
Yeah. Right.
Dang. Yeah. I mean, what you want to know for real? Like,
We gonna get
what we
into.
starting off with this introduction?
Man, so shoot, I guess you could tell the people what is it that you kind of been doing right now? Who are you? Like who? People have no idea who you are. Tell the people who are you? What do you do? What do you care about? Stuff like that.
Right. All right. Shoot. Again, like I said, my name's Michaela. I'm from PG County, Maryland.
Yes, sir. That's where we are right now, by the way.
Yeah.
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 All right, so go
I
ahead.
had to bring Jariah up here.
Yeah.
From PG County, Maryland. I went to Kent State, which is how I met my little bro right here.
Yes,
Jariah.
sir. Let's go.
And I graduated with an exercise science degree for my bachelor's.
Then
I came back home like after COVID.
You graduated from where?
And I just recently graduated from Howard University.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. For sure.
With my master's in
Absolutely.
occupational therapy, and I'm actually currently on the way to be getting my doctorate for the same thing.
Ooh.
So 3 degrees are about to be here with the name
3
of
degrees
Caleb Chapman
hotter.
on them. You already know.
Let's go. Big bet. All right, so I kind of do want to start with you getting your master's in occupational therapy from Howard. So what was that whole process? What was that like? Because I'm guessing, did you go straight through or did you take a gap at all?
I went straight.
Yeah. So
through,
how was that? I know that's kind of hard.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy because like I graduated COVID year, so 2020
Oh gosh.
was when I graduated from Kent. So I was back at home for like from March to May when I graduated. I didn't find out that I got into Howard until April.
Okay.
So at April, I'm already like, I was already like, all right, well,
So
I'm not
chill.
getting my
Yeah.
master's, so let me think of my plan B, because ain't no school.
Yeah.
I'm not there. So Howard emails me in April, and they're like, you've been accepted into our program. I got 5 days to tell them if I'm going. And I'm like,
Oh, you had 5. So
hell?
you had 5 days.
I had 5 days to tell them if I was going to accept it or not and cough up some money.
Oh.
Surely I did it that same day. I was like, oh.
So the day you
that's
found out was the day you accepted it?
Yeah, because I'm like, this is the only school that I got into right now. I'm like, shoot. No, actually, that same morning, I got into Howard and Trinity at the same day.
Okay.
So I had to make a decision. I was like, man, forget it. I'm going to Howard.
Yeah.
Like, y'all don't know. So at high school, I went to all girls Catholic high school. Trinity
Okay.
is in all women's college. So I said, I'm not doing that again. I would like a football team. And I would like,
Okay.
I already did 4 years of that. I'm okay. Like, I'm fine. I don't want to do that again. So chose Howard. And like going to Kent, being a PWI, like being from Maryland, I'm not used to that. So when I went to Kent, that was a huge culture shock for me. So when I came back home, I was like, yeah, let me go back and be around like what I'm used to being around. So
Okay.
Howard was a go for me.
Yeah, because I definitely wanted to get into that conversation. I know that a lot of people tend to kind of...
Yeah.
The debate between PWIs and HBCUs, I'm not going to lie, I used to play into it, with my ignorance at the time. Because I remember, I'm just saying, I remember when I came out of high school, I was thinking, bro, it's so sad looking back. Hindsight is 2020. But it's sad looking back. I used to say, bro, this is not the real world. This is not what I'm going to really be dealing with. But then got to Kent, still had a ball, but I didn't get to... You had to make it happen with the, people of color that you met there.
Did.
But at an HBCU, even I still haven't experienced it. I do think if I go to grad school, I would want to go to a HBCU.
Yeah.
But I still haven't experienced that. But I keep hearing a lot of people say that you actually experience a lot of what you will experience in the real world going to a HBCU with different I don't want to say struggles, but just different obstacles that may come up. They're kind of
Yeah.
consistent with what you might experience in the real world. And so you do feel like it was a culture shock as far as what you saw there at Kent compared to
Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, like coming from here,
Yeah.
I didn't have white people in my classes
Really?
until I was in high school, and that's because I went to a Catholic school.
Wow.
Not because of the location. It was strictly because it was a Catholic school. Like, in my middle school, it was one white girl in my 8th grade class.
Yeah.
One.
Wow.
And in the 7th grade class, it was a girl. In the 8th grade class, it was a boy, and they were brother and sister. So, like, everybody else was anything but white. I promise you. So, when I go to Kent, and in my major specifically, it was about 5 of us that was black. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. And when we would have the same class, we would be like sitting beside each other all the time. Because for real, like the class, not even just the classmates, but some of my professors for exercise science were not for me. Funny story. One of them tried to fail me my senior year. And for me, I don't. Failing classes isn't an option.
Absolutely.
And that's a
not.
class I had an A in. So I'm like, whoa, how?
Oh, they tried to fail you with an A?
They tried to fail me when COVID happened.
Oh.
It was like on some last minute, like, and this is a class I need for my major. So you know how Ken is. It's like, they were like, well, you might have to take it in the summer. I said, I'm not taking nothing in the summer. I had to fight. I mean, like, I was emailing Dr. Drummer, like, the president, everybody.
Oh,
like,
you wasn't going?
Nah, I was emailing old professors, like, everybody. So going from that and then coming back to Howard.
Yeah.
I mean, like Howard had his things too, like, in terms of, like, sometimes I don't know, like sometimes it would just be blowing me, like things would be so last minute, you finding out important things last minute, or financial aid's not picking up the phone and stuff. But at the same time, like,
I think that's college period.
I'm texting my professors though, like my professors are reaching out to me through text. Hey, why was so and so not in class today? Are they okay?
Yeah.
Like it was like completely different in terms of that, or like your professors are emailing you after a class, like if you ever want to do ABCD, let me know if you're still interested. Like professors reaching out for capstones, for research opportunities, like, hey, do you want to collab with research? Like, it's completely different vibes in terms of, like, it don't matter how annoying the program was, I still know, like, if I were to email my teachers or my classmates, like all my classmates, like we all, the only reason we got through that program is working together. We were, like, again, I went straight through. So coming in, I was the first COVID class in my master's program too. So it's like I graduated from that and I started right August 2020. So I graduate May 2020 from Kent. Yeah. I had to take a summer class to fully be accepted into Howard. So I took physics in the summer. Okay. And then August, boom, I'm starting the program. Wow. And I'm one of the youngest people in the class. So it's like nerves from that. And then they're telling us half of our classes are virtual or hybrid. So I'm like, okay, how is that about to work? We had to, like, go through that as a group. Yeah. They never did that before. So, like, we doing anatomy class online. Ooh. Instead of looking at, like, cadavers. So how do you get through something like that as far as taking an anatomy class online? Because I know to learn the anatomy, you kind of need to be messing with the anatomy, feeling different things, all that stuff. Because I don't know how you would go about that if you don't get the hands-on experience. Again, we held each other down. I'm talking like we went to campus one time a week for the first semester. Okay. Mind you, my classes, no class was shorter than, I had one 50-minute class. Yeah. Bear, chill out. All the rest of my chill out. But all the rest of my classes were 3 hours minimum. Minimum. So imagine we have a 3-hour class that's supposed to be 3 hours in person, but for COVID they had to split us up into groups of 4 groups of 8. It's 32 of us coming in. So we have 4 groups of 8. We all went in at a different hour segment. So our 3-hour class, we now are only getting 1 hour. Hold on. Bear. There's no way. Hold up. So MK has a cat, and the cat is messing with some stuff right now. You want me to put her in my room? Yeah. I'm about to. Real quick. All right. So we are having a commercial break. So if you have not already,
make sure that you press the like button, subscribe button. Make sure that you downloading this on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anything like that. But just make sure you also tell a friend about the highlight reel. We always like to talk to people about some stuff that they doing, about their lives, different things like that. And that is our commercial break. That's how you clear it. It's like, nah, you straight. But nah, that's a really hard process because to go from, as you were already saying, a PWI to a HBCU, then being the COVID class. Every time we talk about COVID, I just get annoyed. I get so annoyed, but it's so real, and we had to deal with it. Still seeing the repercussions of it after the fact, of course. But I'm glad you made it through that because
Definitely did. We would be on campus till 4. We was on campus. We going to one class building our classes we're in.
Yeah.
And we stayed there. And Howard's right in the middle of U Street and all that stuff. So we will walk
U Street?
Yeah, it's pretty much where all the lounges and
when
you outside,
your lingo and slang out here, I don't get.
No, it's called U Street. Howard's
U Street.
Yeah, it's the street.
Oh,
the letter U.
Oh.
Yeah, and on U Street is a whole bunch of lounges, brunch spots and stuff.
Okay.
And that's walking distance from Howard. Howard's place right there. So we would walk, get some food.
Yeah.
Bring it back, and we stay on campus. It would be 5, 7 of us until 2 a.m. Working on anatomy, just helping each other out. Or we would make study groups after every day because our classes were online. So I'm not gonna lie, it was.
Oh my gosh.
Not the whole time, but for that first year when they were online, sometimes it would be all of us in my learning community, and we'd find somebody's house to go to, and we'd go to class at their house.
Oh, okay, so that's beautiful.
So we kind of had to. We didn't really get to see our full class together.
Yeah, but the little group that you had, y'all were in the trenches.
And so then when we moved into being in person again, when we finally started having a full class, we kind of already had people to lean on.
Okay.
And you kind of had to plan stuff yourself, or we be in a group meet who wants to go so and so to do this and do that. So after getting close like that and realizing we ain't gonna get through it without each other, we kind of helped each other through it. Anytime anybody made a study guide, send it in the group meet. Anytime anybody found something, send it in the group me, send in the group chat. And so that sense of community was really helpful.
And were most of your classmates black?
So they were either black or they were mixed with something. I had some classmates that were I have a couple classmates that was Filipino, a couple classmates that were Latina.
Because I know that's another part of HBCUs that people don't get. You do think it's just black people there, but I'm sure you'll see white students. You'll see, because I think since I've been out here, I've seen promotions for I think I'm about to butcher this, but Bowie. Is it
Bowie? Yeah,
is
you're
Bowie?
Right. Bowie, yeah.
Bowie?
Yeah.
Let's go. Because I feel like this is not how you say it. And the way it looks is not how it's actually sounds. So Bowie State, I'm pretty sure that's a HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, y'all got it's a bunch of HBCUs out here. But I was looking at that, and I think I was seeing different looking students on it. So I know that that's also another misconception about HBCUs. They think there's no white students are there. It's a college,
It's
bro.
a mix. But in my personal class, in the class above and below, there were some white people in there. But in my personal class, it was none. Nobody was fully white. It was people that was mixed, but they'll most likely be mixed with black or something else.
Okay.
But nobody was strictly white in my class.
Yeah. You good. So, I'm glad, but I'm glad that you had that experience because I can see that you were in the trenches with these people.
Definitely in the trenches. That was hard.
Pretty sure that's as hard as that is, you probably feel actually a lot closer to these people because, bro, we just came out of COVID, and this is kind of hard to. Man, I never did anything with anatomy as far as high school, college, nothing. But when I think anatomy, I automatically think hands-on because whether that's you doing some flashcards or something, you have to be doing things to help you actively remember that stuff. Because my mom, I think she took anatomy in high school. That's how I know some stuff about it or whatever. But it's a lot that goes on with our body. So to know that stuff takes a lot.
And not just anatomy. All of our classes, until we had one class in person. And then second semester, they opened it up to 2. Or they made them, they were still an hour. By the second year, excuse me.
You good.
by the second year, we were able to go to all of our classes in person. But the
that's
first year
good.
foundation, it was just like getting to know each other and getting to know like how things are. Some classes we kind of felt like we were a little shorted because it's like we not only is 2 hours of our class getting chopped off.
Yeah.
We're getting 1 hour instead of 3 hours to learn the same material that we were expected
To learn in 3?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But in 1, and then it's once a week, like in that thing. So
I don't know,
but
man.
at the end of the day, like we all made it.
Yeah, I'm
it
glad.
through. So I'm
glad
not
about
mad
that.
at it at all. I think it helped.
Yeah, so it definitely probably worked with your helped as far as your determination and perseverance to make sure that you stick through it. And we all need some of that in our lives.
Definitely.
But also, who are you outside of work? Like, who are you outside of work, outside of school? Because we talked about school. We actually haven't really talked about some of the other things that you do as far as work, as far as sports. I know you love sports.
Yeah.
So tell the people who. So all right, hold on. First off, so we're in Maryland, right? We're in Maryland. Tell the people who your favorite team is. Football team.
I was about to say we're talking sports.
Football team. Football team.
All right. Favorite football team, loud and proud, Dallas Cowboys.
Why?
Luckily, my blanket's not on this couch.
Yeah,
right
luckily.
now. It's in the car.
Thankfully.
It's in the car.
Thankfully. Keep it there.
Dallas Cowboys, I'm not even going to lie. Why do I like them? Oh, my slippers are right there.
You can leave them there. Leave them there. Leave them there.
When I was like 9 years old.
This makes no sense,
My best friend at the time, he loved the Cowboys. And he was like, man, why do you like the Redskins? I was like, my parents like them. I don't know, it was no other choice in my house though. Like, I mean, my dad had like a Redskins doorstop on my door in my room as a kid. Like,
okay.
Redskin, like just ugly Redskin stuff, like just randomly.
Now you got ugly Cowboy stuff.
House. And my friend was like, "Your favorite color is blue, right?" I said, "Yeah."
No way. That's not where we going with this. That's not where we going.
And he's like, "Man, that's the Cowboys color. The Cowboys or the Colts? Which ones?" And I'm like, "Man, I'm going with the Cowboys." Ever since then, I've liked the Cowboys. I
don't know what it is with people that I've met from the DMV that like the Cowboys. It doesn't make sense.
It does.
It doesn't. So the only reason why it makes sense is because they all play in the same division. Yeah. The Cowboys shouldn't even be in that division. First off, let's acknowledge that. But I keep asking people that are from this area, they'll say, yeah, the Cowboys. I'm thinking it literally has to be because y'all saw them play teams from the area growing up. To me, that's really the only explanation that there is. Because why do people from this region feel tied to this team?
Hey, look.
It makes no sense to me.
I can't explain why people like good
garbage. Yeah. My fault.
All right. You can kind of talk.
No,
you can kind of talk right now.
Here we go.
As someone from the 513, you don't got too much that you can
513, you see it?
You don't got too much you could say.
Bro. What have y'all been doing?
Until I went to Kent, which is in Ohio, until that, I wasn't thinking about no teams in Ohio. I'm going to be completely honest.
And that's fine because
nor was I thinking of
we don't respect the Cowboys. Y'all always be good, and then nothing comes from it, right?
Y'all barely start.
You ain't even acknowledge this. Yeah, it's fine.
Y'all kind of just started doing stuff.
We just started in the 3 years that we've had our quarterback.
Exactly.
And now, how long have you had yours? What have you done?
You can't
not
blame
no Super Bowl.
Dak.
Y'all ain't been to no Super Bowl.
It's not really Dak's fault all the time.
Y'all ain't been to no Super Bowl though.
Again, it don't matter if you go and you lose though, right?
Oh my gosh, here we go, bro.
It don't matter if you not winning. So we all in the same boat.
Everybody tries to play me about them. Everybody, and I love it.
I remember that though. I remember that year.
It's fine.
Woo.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. So you like the Cowboys?
I do.
That's unfortunate. Anyway, but you do coach basketball. Yeah. Explain that. And can you hoop?
All right.
I'm just.
We getting into that.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm giving you the opportunity to basically say yes, I can hoop.
I can. I'm a hooper.
Okay.
Not I can hoop. I'm a hooper.
Yeah. Actually, I think one of the first times I met you, you was hooping.
Probably. I think so.
It was
outside. Was it Hoopita?
Maybe. I think it was you, and I think maybe it was maybe my friend Alexis hooping.
I think it was at Cupita, and I was playing basketball with the
outside by Twin.
Yeah. On
okay,
on the
I think it was
blacktop.
over there. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, go ahead. Explain that. Talk about that.
Hoop. I mean, look, basketball surprisingly wasn't like we said we was talking about sports. So it's not the first sport I played. First love was softball. For 9 years, people don't know that.
I
played softball
never would have thought.
for a very long time. And I almost played it in high school, but I decided to run track, which I also fell in love with.
Great sport.
But when I was like 10 years old, I picked up playing basketball. It wasn't like something where I was like in love with basketball so much growing up. Nah, but like I would like shoot on a mini basketball court like with my cousins, but it wasn't like I wasn't like the 5-year-old little dribble hooper that had the court that was just dunking. Like I played with everything. I played with dolls. I played with Again, I played softball, and I was throwing footballs. I like throwing, so any sport that I could throw something far, that's what I liked as a young child. Then I turned like 9.
Sounds
and I
problematic.
started playing basketball.
Go ahead.
It could have been.
All right.
I started playing basketball, and I only played with boys for like these first couple years, and that's actually where the nickname MK came from.
Okay.
My very first coach ever. He's like an uncle to me at this point. I still work out with him to this day now, but he was like, Michaela's too long, and you're the only girl on this team. We're gonna give you the name MK.
That's fire.
And that stuck. Like MK was on all my trophies. But people only called me that played on my basketball team. So like in school and stuff,
they would still call you
Michaela. It was still Michaela. But if they played on my team, it was like a secret name that like I held. Like I'm like, man, only my teammates know me as MK.
I don't know if I've ever called you Michaela ever.
No, nobody at Kent
it don't feel right.
Calls me that. Ever.
MK, I'm like it just feels right. To me, it's more definitive.
It's embraced now.
Yeah, I love it.
It's embraced. But before I liked that it was just a basketball thing, because then every single team I got on from that team,
they knew you as MK.
It was just MK. So MK was a teammate thing. Then I got to high school, played in high school. My mom started yelling it. My coach started picking up on it on the sidelines. My friends in the stands started picking up on it. So then I became MK in general. Got to Kent, came MK.
I say that's
and that was
exactly
it
how I
though,
met you.
just MK. But yeah, I played basketball for a long, long time. I did not play in college. I got an academic scholarship at Kent, so I stuck
you
with
did
that
play.
And I rolled. But I did play club basketball at Kent.
Hey, it's something.
And that's how the coaching thing came in. I played club junior, senior year. Junior year, we had 3 amazing coaches who are still my brothers till this day. Jeff, Cooper, Ty. And our senior year, I was the only senior, and they were like, yeah, I got senior stuff to do. So we didn't have a coach. And one of the players was like, oh, I can be the coach. But I was like, I feel like I could put in a lot of voice. Like I'm the oldest on the team, and I can give a lot of ideas, so I'm a help coach. So I coached and played at the same time. And I was like, dang, I actually like coaching. And I've always wanted to be a coach. So I came back home. I picked up a job at a rec center, and they asked for a basketball skills coach. So that's how it started. So right now I'm coaching 6 to 12-year-olds in a skills clinic every Saturday with my friend Brandon. So
I love to hear that.
We coached literally the first class 6 to 9, then 9 to 12. And we just built them up from literally never touching a basketball. Now some of those kids are like amazing compared to where they were. And currently this year,
you've been working with them the whole time.
It's a 10-week class. They can keep signing up every 10 weeks. Some kids have been there for 5 straight sessions. So like I've seen them grow from the age of 6 to now they're like 7, 8. And they're completely different people. Like confident, dribbling with their left hand, crossing people up, can shoot, and they couldn't even hit the rim when they first came to the class. So I just like it because you see progress, and the kids are so like they're fun. Yeah. And now I currently coach a AAU team.
Oh wow.
Team Elevate.
Shout out to them, I guess.
We have a boys team. Yeah. Shout out Team Elevate. It's new, and we're linked with a DC DMV brand. It's called Eat. It's very big here.
Eat.
EAT.
Okay.
And the symbol is upside down. It's spelled eat, but it's upside down. It's
okay.
Local DMV brand, very popular DMV brand, and the creator of that brand has now he has now a basketball team, which is the team I coach. So we have a boys 16 AU team and a girls 16 AU team that we are just starting to develop. Literally this March it just started. So like we're like the pioneers for this thing to keep it going. So it's interesting to see like the high school, like, cause we're trying to get these kids in college type.
Yeah.
Compared to doing 6 to 12-year-olds, but I do that now.
This is serious.
Throughout the week, yeah, it's serious. It's
so,
like
cause
thing.
I always love hearing when people that I've met, I've grown up with, and I hear them giving back. Basically, whether they're with kids all the time or they're literally teaching them something. I actually love to see that, because then you kind of get a sense of gratitude and appreciation for this thing that you were teaching, but also who it is that you're impacting. And then I'm very sure that they feel the same way, because now they're going to see you as a coach, as a big sister, all that stuff.
As a parent, man,
exactly.
Yeah, like I'm with these kids 5 out of 7 days a week.
Yeah. So
I'm picking them up.
You get real close.
Taking them back home after.
Whoa! Oh snap!
It was time.
It was time. All right. Let's
You want to move it?
Like this. Oh my gosh!
I was about to say not the same at all.
Ooh.
Dang.
Ooh.
Dang, not number 2. Kinds
of technical difficulties this episode.
I'm saying.
Dang
it.
It's fine. Look.
All right.
Hey. Roll with the punches. All right. So, like I was saying, to give back like that, I think is just really impactful, important, and I think it's actually what's the word? It makes you feel grateful to even have the chance to do something like that. That's why if I know anybody that's my age and let's say they're a teacher, a mentor, or anything like that, and you actually get to be with the next generation all the time, then you kind of are influencing that group.
Yeah, definitely.
But you're also learning more about them as well, and that's going to help the whole collective.
It does.
Obviously. And now I'm thinking about that. We're going to have something else we're going to be able to talk about in a second. Yeah. But, yeah, so just hearing you talk about it, I'm hearing you light up.
Yeah,
I'm seeing you light up.
I've always wanted to be a coach, a travel coach at that. So I'm kind of like living out things that I've been dreaming about doing like maybe 4 years ago already. So now it's like, dang, like it's here. And like, I'm really like, it makes me take a step back. So I'm like, I'm about 10 years older than these kids.
Yeah.
And I remember being in their shoes. And now I'm somebody like, again, like it makes me like also feel like I got to like,
responsibility.
Step up a little bit.
Oh,
I'm
I
responsible for these kids. Like I'm 25. Like it makes me realize, nah, you're 25. Like Again, I told you, I'm picking them up from school, asking them how your grades are. Sometimes I gotta bring them food. I'm like, you're not eating. Like what do you like to eat? I'm bringing you fruit, cooking you food, or bringing you snacks from the house so you can have some food to eat type stuff.
Definitely sound like a parent right there.
Yeah, it
for
feels
sure.
like it's
for sure.
Like you got to pull up, or they be FaceTiming like, Coach, why you ain't answering my FaceTime? Like,
then you have to be hurt.
Like it's you realize like you impact them a little more than you think, or even like you said teaching.
So I think what I was going to ask about that is if that's kind of becoming another love now, because I do remember seeing you on the team, on the club team when we was in school, and I remember we came to a game, we loved to see it. Then I remember you and one of our other friends that was on the team as well kind of talk about you coaching, and just to see that you continue with that. That was something that you started then, and you continue, because you started then, and then to go from, I think you said younger kids, and then once you said AAU, I said, AAU's not a game. AAU's not a game. That's like, people take that dead serious. People are trying to set their kids up to go to school, to go to the league.
Definitely.
So if you coaching there, then I know that this love has blossomed into something real.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I just remember I played AAU all the time as a kid. Like, I started basketball again in 4th grade.
Not a hooper. Not me.
Fifth grade, I was on the AAU team. The 1 year after playing basketball, I played on 3 different teams. I played with the boys. So it was rec league with the boys, county with the all girls. Then I played on the AAU team with half of my team from county. I mean, I was playing basketball all around, practice to practice to practice, school, practice, working out. Like, going to like the little side workouts on the side and them big old gyms. Like I was doing everything. AAU, when you get in that circuit, you're playing the best people in every area. Like it's no slacking. Forget everything that you be playing when you in high school.
Man,
all the other stuff. You are playing the top people depending on where you go.
I didn't really know what sport I wanted to play. I didn't really know what sport I wanted to really pursue until I got to track in high school. I used to think track was dumb. I used to think track was really dumb. First time I got really introduced to it was, I think, 7th grade. I was at one school, and a lot of people I was cool with were on the track team. I said, why are you on the track team? All you doing is running. You could do that whenever. Why am I just going to run with you? Yeah. But then that next year I said, man, let's see what this is about.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, I loved it, but it was... I feel like I learned a lot about myself. You learn a lot about others, who be ready to quit, who's ready to not quit, who got the stamina, who has the endurance in life, because that's kind of where your mentality start. And it was just, like, I wish I did that. I think if I would have did that as an AAU sport, that would have been cool. Because now I think about it, I think after I ran track my 8th grade year, I think I went to an event for AAU track for one of my friends and his little sisters. And I was thinking, I could have ran track at 5?
5? Yes, bro. Literally starting off this little track, man.
If I would have known that, then I probably could have stuck with it or would have stuck with it, had the love for it to just continue with it and maybe even pursue it in college. Exactly, I was talking about that recently, but it's cool to see how this love has blossomed into something so real that it's helping other people.
Yeah.
And you also feel like you're kind of gaining a sense of self in a way.
For sure.
Yeah.
And all the coaches are pretty young too, so like we still be trying to keep up. Like I know I gotta catch
them
up. On one of them. Yeah, they on the days that we don't have practice, they be hooping together. Like still hooping it. Cause man, I mean we coaching high schoolers, so they be talking trash.
Let's talk about this real quick. We was talking about it a little bit earlier. Okay, so do you stop to stretch before you hoop now? Do you feel like you getting old when you hoop? Do you feel like you feel it?
I feel it bad when I tell you. It was one practice where all I did was just run up and down the court to help like play fake defense, not even real defense. Boy, I ran that bath so fast with some Epsom salt in there, and I didn't stop there. Got the Epsom salt. I had some BioFreeze, put the BioFreeze all over my body, and then got a heating pad.
That's a lot.
Used the heating pad because I was like, oh no.
When this was recently?
I stretched. Jariah, this was 2 weeks ago, man. This was 2 weeks ago.
See, maybe, I don't know. Because I lift weights and stuff. I do that, but I don't do a whole lot of cardio. So do think when I do it, it kind of tears me up. And one of my homies recently said, we should stretch before we work out. You should do that, period.
You should do it.
But I can admit, it's kind of that time. Because you pivot wrong, or let's say you got a job, you sit all day, you go hoop. Oh my gosh, you're on fire.
Me. I told you, I go from man, we didn't even talk about this. I'm a substitute right now. Currently, this school year, so I go from subbing straight to practice. And when I tell you, like, sometimes one of the coaches be like, "Hey, MK, hop in this drill." After like the third,
like, hey,
after the
no.
third time, I'll be like, all right, y'all got it. Or like we make them run heels, and so you want to be fair. Like I'll be on the. Like, I think last week, me and one of the other coaches, we hopped in the shooting drill. Yeah. And we made a competition, like, losing team has 5 heels.
Oh, so you was really playing.
I had these slides on. My team lost. I wanted to be like, so bad. All right, y'all got heels. Man, but the boys on the other team were like, nah, coach, you gotta get down there. You gotta run. I'm like, yo.
See, I used to love seeing stuff like that because if your coaches get involved into it like that, it's like, all right,
do it more.
I feel it too. But then because that might have sucked for you, but at least the team saw that you were in the trenches with them. But so you had to run hills with slides.
I jogged them. I was still keeping up, but I was over it. I was like, man, we can't keep losing, y'all. We can't keep losing.
Y'all can't keep losing, y'all. I can't run with y'all.
Nah,
Dang.
but you definitely, I'm feeling beat up I feel beat up today.
I'm just asking because when we walked in here, you did say that you was breathing kind of hard, and we just walked.
All I did was walk him
I said,
up.
dang, if you breathing hard from walking, then we got to get something together. We got to fix that. Because I know for me, I need to do cardio. That was the thing I loved when I did track, as far as just running. But it's hard for me to just go. I don't like to run in place. If I'm going to run, I want to run somewhere. That makes it easier for me to do it.
Treadmill.
But I don't. So even I got to find a way.
You beat me with the car. When I ran track, I was a straight sprinter and long jump.
Nah.
Like, I'm not doing nothing over 200 meters. My coach used to put, when I first started, he used to put a whole bunch of us in the 400.
Yeah.
I think the last time I ever ran a 4x4, me and my relay, we looked at each other and said, if you jog, I'm a jog. We got in so much trouble, but every single last one of us jogged.
Oh.
That 400, and I was like, Coach, don't ever put me in that again, man. I cannot do that.
At least y'all stuck as a team. That's the beautiful part. But also, I do want to talk about another interest of yours that I am very interested in is your DJing experience.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
What is your DJ name? What's the message behind it? What got you into DJing?
All right, DJing. So, I am currently, I do DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I go by McJaded, or some people say MC Jaded.
Right.
It is inspired by my name, so I don't get mad at the MC. It's also a little play on words because, like, I can rap. And, like, I have done some.
So you can or can't?
I can rap.
Okay.
So I didn't want to just be labeled as just a DJ. So I'm like, okay, like, if I ever wanted to use that as my stage name, I'll go by MC Jaded because I do more than just.
I like that.
I can do more than DJ.
I like that.
But on to the DJ part before I venture off into the other musical segments. I started this in Kent right before COVID. Mm-hmm. So I think it was like the end of my junior year. And like as a kid, I always thought DJing was so cool. Like that's always been something I was interested in. Like, I mean, like 14, 15 years old. Like I would tell my mom all the time.
DJs.
Like, I love DJing.
Yeah.
I was a music kid. Like I was a sports kid, but I was also a music kid. Like I played piano, violin. They bought me a guitar. I tried to teach myself how to play the guitar. I did these all the way up until college from kindergarten. So like, music was something that was just always there. So I got an iPad junior year. And literally I was on vacation with my family. And I downloaded the DJ app because I couldn't do a whole bunch on my iPad because it's Wi-Fi only. And the Wi-Fi was slow. So I'm like, all right, I'm in this hammock on vacation. Like, let me see what I could do. And at Kent, like I would always pick up on like transitions and stuff, like at the parties of like what a transition was like in the club and if I liked it or didn't like it. So I got the DJ app and I was like just playing around, like putting two songs together and seeing if I could match them or like make a song go into the other.
Man.
And I already started doing stuff like that. One of my friends, Avery, our freshman year at Kent, we used to make playlists. And just playlists. Like every time we made a playlist, it had at least 50 songs, and top from bottom, every song transitioned into each other perfectly. So like, anytime I sent it to somebody, I'm sending a message or it's in the caption, do not shuffle this playlist. Listen straight through, because I took 2 hours to put this together.
That's love.
So
right
when
there.
I started doing the DJing on my iPad, it was like second nature, and I'd send the songs to her like, man, this sound good together.
Yeah. Came
back to Kent senior year, and I had the iPad, and I was like telling the people in like my friend group or like the organization that we were in, like I started like learning how to DJ or whatever. So we would have events. I think it started, we had a party. We had that house party. It was the FOF party. Okay. And they were like, MK, could you DJ for it?
I don't think I was there.
Man, it got shut down, Jariah, so fast.
I don't think I was there.
Point, so that says a lot.
Had to, I'm about to say.
So we had this house party at one of my friends' apartment. It might have been at Aaron's house, at my best friend's house. And we had some speakers there. And again, like, this is straight, like, just me wanting to DJ off of no, like, nothing. I had an iPad. That's all I had.
Oh,
and I hooked it up to the speaker from my iPad, and I DJ'd the party on my iPad. And that was the first time I ever DJ'd something that was like...
So, when you say... So, you weren't mixing or scratching nothing. You were just kind of...
No, I was mixing the song. So, on the app, I had the DJ Pro app on my iPad. I was paying for it $4.99 a month on my iPad.
Follow your dreams. She said $4.99 a month.
$4.99 a month. I would put 2 songs up. People would be like, can you play this song next? I put that song on the queue up next. I had my earphones on in the iPad. I had like a little adapter so I could have the earphones on one. And it plugged up to the speaker. Yeah. And I would mix it through my earphones and play it out loud on the speaker. But this is just from my iPad. And they had somebody had brought over a huge DJ controller. And I looked at it like, I don't know what none of those buttons mean.
Yeah, so I'm not going to use it.
Luckily, I had a friend, Pager.
Shout out to Pager, man.
Pager, who is an excellent DJ.
Excellent.
And he is the person that inspired me to keep going. I would go to him and I would send him stuff like, Pager, how does this sound?
Need his flowers.
Because I thought Pager had the best transitions, best mixes ever.
We ain't got to talk
and this was my
it.
friend.
I'm already hip.
I would ask him like, how does it sound? He's like, man, it sounds good. So then he was telling me like the controllers to get and everything. He would be the person to put me on.
Pager, bro.
I would go to his. I think it was about 2 times. I went to his apartment to learn what terms meant, like what EQ meant, how to do things. Man. And he was helping me like free game. So I'm like, okay. Fast forward to COVID, I start stacking up my money. Boom, boom, boom. Because now it's that same year. Yes, and sir. I bought myself a controller. Like I saved up, bought myself a first DJ controller.
What year was that?
This is 2020. June 2020. And the first day I got it, I go right on Instagram Live, and I'm just for fun. I'm like, I finally got my DJ controller.
I was rocking with those. Every time you would pop up and do your sessions,
McJaded Mondays.
People was coming in. Yeah. See, and that was also clever too. You know, alliteration. COVID. So that was cool. I love seeing that, and I remember that inspired me because I was thinking, man, look, she probably nervous to do it, but she's still doing it. I remember you would get feedback. People would hear a mix where they say, hey, you should try this and this. Just hearing that different feedback and then seeing you react to it.
Themes. Like people would be like, oh, can you do like at first it would start off with like 5 people in there. Yeah. And then I would end up and it'll be like maybe 30 by the end of it. I'm not even looking at the people. Yeah. I'm just mixing stuff. Yeah. And it would be consistently throughout the week. And again, my classes were online, so it's easy. Every Monday, McJaded Mondays, I would make flyers for it, post it, go on live. And I would ask people, what do y'all, like the first person in there, what do y'all want to hear today? Okay, today's an R&B day. Throw the thing out, send it to everybody. Today's going to be a funk. Today's going to be this. Then I started just making them like on Instagram and posting them in general. So I would be like, do like a 3-4 song transition, post it. Post it. That started getting out. Then people started being, oh, MK, you DJ? Like, can you DJ my sister's graduation party? Can you DJ my birthday party? So I would do it for free because I'm like, yeah, I've never done like nothing outside of this Kent State thing and for homecoming at our apartment again on my iPad, like some regular like stuff. Then I started charging people and it became like a thing. Like,
this is a prime example how if you have a passion, you have an interest, you just start pursuing it. People will seek you out. They will come to you and they will seek you out because something like that. I'm very sure that was affirming. You're thinking, I'm scared to do this. Next thing you know, people are giving you feedback. So then when you do it and then people say, hey, would you do this for me? If you didn't even start or try, how would you have gotten that? Oh, and I remember I was happy because, again, I respect Paige as a DJ. I saw you start DJing. I said, you know what? Let me get one. I got a DJ controller. I ain't gonna lie. It's collecting dust. But...
but sometimes it has to. Like, I realized
I'm
that
terrified
as DJing, because mine has been collecting dust for a little bit, but I'm DJing something coming up pretty soon now. But sometimes, like, when you do start taking off like that, sometimes something that was just a pure love and interest becomes a job. And so then it starts feeling a little overwhelming, a little tiring to be like, I already have a job. I like doing this for fun. This is what I did after work. But now I'm planning because it feels like it is work. So sometimes you do have to take a break until you find that creative spark. But it doesn't mean you can't just go right back. Like,
I think for me, it's just I want it to be so good. I want it to be so... Because just like how you were saying... I think usually when you want to do something, you feel like you are providing a solution to a problem because you probably are thinking there are DJs that are not. I've talked about this before too. There are DJs that are just not doing it.
There are
so it
DJs
makes me,
that are not doing it.
Yeah, so it makes me want to do it. And I remember there was a few times, I don't know if I sent you it. I had made a mix. I didn't make a mix. I had just had 2 songs.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, what was it? One of them was Like You by Bow Wow and Sierra, and the other one was a song, oh my gosh, I cannot remember. I think it was, I can't even remember. It sounds exactly like that song. It sounds exactly like that song, right? Or matter of fact, I had this song by Malaya called Only Me, right? And I mixed that with Frontin' by Pharrell because I had something in my ear. I was thinking, bro, I'm getting chills. It would go so well together. I remember I would blend them, and I was thinking, dude, if I get good at this, it's a wrap. And I just haven't touched it. I haven't touched it. But I do feel like I'm encouraged when I see you do it. Plus, I just think the brand and everything, how it looks, I think all that was really cool. Because I know I've been asking you, how did you do that? Where did you get to, how did you get the product like that? Because I would like to start doing stuff like that. So, yeah, that you got some interesting stuff from sports to the Cowboys, tragic.
Not the Cowboys.
To going to a HBCU from a PWI. I think that's something hopefully I get to experience. I really do want to go to HBCU at some point. I really do.
Especially if you're already not, like, for anybody that's not or doesn't know what that feels like. Because a lot of my friends, when I first met people at Kent, they were like, this is the most black people I've ever been around. I was like, are you serious?
Yeah, when I heard that, I said, okay.
I was like, nah.
Where have you been? What's going on?
But I didn't realize that was people's realities for real. Yeah. Because for me, like, going to Howard's down the street for me too. So again, like, growing up with Howard down the street, it wasn't like, oh, Howard for me, because I've seen Howard so many times. Exactly. It's in my backyard. But going there, I was like, I would recommend going to HBCU for anybody. And even if you don't, or if you do decide to go to school twice, like, have that experience at least once to just see what it's like to be around a community of people like you, because people have different opinions about it. But at the end of the day, I feel like you can get not only like a lot of a sense of self if you don't already have it, but like you get so many networking opportunities. Like for me, man, occupational therapy is 5% African American, the field, total, men and women. Oh, so that's really small. For me right now, knowing 28 people in my class, we're all going to be occupational therapists. So now I have 28 people just in my class. And you think about the class above me, the class below me, and my teachers. I already know way more black occupational therapists than I would have known if I did that program at another school, because I would have probably been the only black person in my program. Mm-hmm. So then I will only probably know other black occupational therapists through a Facebook forum, or maybe at my job, because even when I internship, I was the only black person in the facility for half of those places. Right. So like you think about it, and it's like you got connections.
And I do feel like
that you don't even know or value or don't think that is that important until you're there.
I think being at HBCU, you kind of feel like you're seeing the difference. Just around the whole campus, you're thinking the person that helped me, black, person that is helping me out as a classmate, black. Not everybody that goes to HBCU is black, but as a black person, as a black student, when you get that experience from other black people that go to this same institution or are teaching at this institution, then it is very reaffirming, encouraging. Yeah. You just feel supported.
It becomes your normal too. It becomes your normal for that time that you're there.
That's why I think I need to go. But it also
makes you realize, okay, we can really do a lot of these things because the people that's helping me look like me.
Exactly.
And that's just, I mean, shout out PG County because that's how I was growing up too. Yeah. So it's like when you get that, wherever you are, it's just like, okay, this is a little more inspiring compared to what I saw elsewhere. So,
all right. Man, MK, you are a very interesting individual, and I knew I had to come chop it up with you when I came out here. I was thinking I haven't seen MK in however long.
It's been years.
And I'm glad to see that your locks are flourishing. We're not gonna talk about what's going on in my hair, but yeah. So I'm glad to see that your locks are flourishing, because I knew that for people that are always talking about it and they're scared to do it, now that I see your locks are long, it's kind of like a second nature to me. It doesn't feel weird because I know that if you want them and then you make it happen for them, and they're just blooming. I think that's kind of a symbol of how your life is going. You know, your growth.
Yeah.
And that's why I always encourage people to do it. You get to literally see it, because you'll be like, man, I remember my hair was so short, was hating it, then it's long, and you think, dang, I actually, every little bit of length of this, I've been here for, and I was going through something with it, and here is my hair that's with me to stay, you know?
Exactly.
So, yeah. I love that for you.
Thank you.
Are there any last words you maybe want to say to the people of the Highlight Reel audience?
Well, since it's the Highlight Reel, I am gonna shout out that last little plug I do and I'm making clothes. I do have a brand that's kind of feeding off of my DJ name, Jaded. So the brand is called Jaded, where like the whole deal is justify always doing every dream. That's what Jaded stands for, J-A-D-E-D. And like I do have some merch coming out. Like I'm rebranding. I do have some things already, but I'm currently rebranding, so stay on the lookout for those things. Definitely have some shirts and hoodies coming out soon. Gonna be making some sweatsuits and sweatshorts for the summer, or 2-piece outfits. So again, I'm gonna plug all that information probably at the bottom.
At the bottom of
this video. Okay. Hey, y'all can get with it for real, because yeah, it's gonna be something that you want to get for real.
That's what's up. All right, again, thank you to the audience of the Highlight Reel. Thank you for tuning into this episode. I hope that you have learned something, or was maybe entertained by it, and are able to take something away from it. But that has been your episode, so peace out.
All right, y'all.